You know what I was thinking? Again, this is more of a Twitter thing, so I apologize if you're unfamiliar with the parlance of our times. I was thinking about why is it only real estate agents and tech bros that make insane thread boy tweets that are like, I saw one, and I'm not even suggesting this guy is wrong. I'm just suggesting that it's hard for me to put myself in this mindset as a 34-year-old man, and I'm pretty sure this guy was older than me. I saw a post that was like, everybody is misusing caffeine. If you become addicted to it and you use it every single day, it loses its power. I use caffeine sparingly. I take 100 milligrams, and it's like 17 tweets like all threaded into one, right? I use caffeine sparingly. I take 100 milligrams on my deadlift day to help me reach a 1 rep maximum. And then the next day I take 50 to taper. And then the next day I go back to 0. And I'm like, why are you motivated to make this tweet? Sometimes I think of something funny and I'm like, maybe I'll tweet it and make people laugh. But why do middle-aged people who have sold their company for more money than I'll ever see in my lifetime, why do they spend their time writing stuff like, here's how to like growth hack your body? Didn't you win at life? Or is this like, you got enough money, but now the one thing you couldn't figure out how to max is attention. So you're like, I know that sounds rude. I guess what I'm trying to say is, why is it only tech people and real estate agents? Why is there never like, I'm a fucking grain farmer from Wyoming and here's my tips for life? I assume it's because they're either satisfied with their life or their asses are like actually busy. They don't have a gaping hole inside of them that only the attention of strangers can fill. I wouldn't know what that's like because look at what I do for a living, but I'm just saying, you fucking never see somebody like, I'm an elementary school teacher and here's my 15 tips for getting the most out of life. It's always like, I'm an elementary school teacher. Please like help us. I have to buy my own school supplies for the kids. It doesn't make any damn sense. Who would want an elementary school teacher's tips? I mean, I would rather hear tips from like a normal person about how they cope with life than like, oh, I made a better way I made a piece of fucking middleware that every medical office in the country uses. Here's my tip. When you're on 1 rep max deadlift day, do 100 milligrams of caffeine in advance. Like, it just... How about like some tips for making like your kids' lunches a little bit faster? That's something that might actually be useful for like the average individual my age. Anyway. Or the other thing is, maybe some dairy farmers could start posting about this shit. And then I could stop insulting Silicon Valley. It brings me a great deal of pleasure. But I want to know the motivations behind it so I can also roast it like more effectively. I feel like I'm definitely coming from a place of ignorance, but you ever make your kids lunch on 100 milligrams of caffeine? I don't know. I mean, here's my pro tip for life. Wake up at 5:20 a.m. and drink a cup of cold brew concentrate on the toilet before getting on the Peloton for 2 hours. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. I'm the one with the gun. Why on the toilet? I have to do 2 things in the morning. I gotta drink a cup of coffee and I gotta poop. And I don't have time to wait. If I drink the cup of coffee first, my bowels are gonna be mighty displeased. If I do the bowel movement first, my brain is gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? I'm so tired. I only poop like 2 times a week. I mean, that's crazy to me. I'm not saying there's something wrong with you. I think that it's completely possible that that's like well within the bounds of normalcy, or maybe not well within, but within the bounds of normalcy. But that's like, let me put it this, that'd be a good day for me. It's perfectly healthy to poop once a week. I mean, once a week, I don't buy that. When people go camping, they frequently don't poop the whole time. Yeah. But when you go see your doctor, they're not like, how often do you use the bathroom when you go camping? You know? They're like, how often do you use the bathroom? Like you're applying a niche scenario to like your day-to-day life. Watch out for the laser beams. My top 10 pro tips for Armored Core 6. People are completely misusing caffeine. 7 billion people on the planet are wrong. I'm the only person who's right. Have you ever considered that? You must really hate this guy on Twitter. No, you know what it is? I've been stun locked. I'm stun maxing. It's someone having a bad take and then thinking that like they owned you because their take is so bad that you like had the audacity to argue against it. You're like, wow, my take must have really riled you up. You're like, no, it's just like not. It's just so wrong that like I felt the need to reply. It has nothing to do with the. It's not like you're challenging my model of reality or something like that. I mean, after reading that, I had a cup of coffee this very morning. Also, in order to post shit like that, I want to know what your deadlift max is. Because if Eddie Hall is drinking a cup of coffee every morning, and your ass is deadlifting like 225 or something like that, and you're like, here's my secret, you should have to post your 1 rep max along with your advice. 225 kilos? I mean, that's a pretty strong deadlift for like a guy who's just a normal lad. I don't think it needs to be 800 pounds. That's got to put you in like the 1 in 100,000 sort of territory.